City Council meeting of April 7th has come to order. Before I begin, just want to remind everybody watching that you can call us at area code 605-468-8002 with the access code number 156811 pound.
Before I begin, we can barely hear you.
You can. Is this better?
We can barely hear you.
How's this?
How's this? Better. Better.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then let me try this again, folks.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Before we begin, just want to remind everybody the phone number to call is 605-468-8002. Access code number 156811. Pound sign. Okay. Can we have roll call, please?
Roll call. Councilmember Baptista.
Present.
Councilmember Aguilar.
Present.
Councilmember King. Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Present.
Mayor Samra.
Present.
For the record, Councilmember King is not in attendance, but his absence is excused.
Will Mayor Pro Tem please lead us in Pledge of Allegiance? Did you get that, Mayor Pro Tem? It's not. Captain Soria, would you lead us in Pledge of Allegiance? To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please
Please
remain
remain
standing for a moment of silence for the first responders and
military members.
and military members.
Thank you. Please be
Thank you.
seated.
Please be seated.
Just a reminder
Just a
to
reminder
all
to
our public
all
listening in,
public
please
listening in,
mute
please
your
mute
mics,
your mics,
otherwise we may hear
Otherwise, we
something
may
you
hear
don't want us to
something you
hear.
don't want us to hear.
And
And
council, any changes
council,
to the
any
agenda,
changes to the
staff?
agenda, staff?
Are you guys hearing me? Okay, seeing no changes
Seeing
to
no
the
changes to
agenda,
the agenda,
is
is
Supervisor Rodriguez
Supervisor
Espinoza
Rodriguez
on
Espinoza
line by
on
any chance?
line by any chance?
Seeing none, we'll
Seeing
go
none,
to
we'll
staff
go to
announcements,
staff
reports.
report.
Mayor,
Captain Soria,
Captain
you have
Soria,
anything to
you
report?
have anything to report?
Or acting chief, I'm
Acting
sorry.
Chief, I'm sorry.
Mayor, it's Raul Garcia. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Raul.
Okay. I guess I lost you guys earlier, so.
Okay, we can hear you clearly, Mayor Pro Tem.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear.
Can you speak again, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, sir, it's Raul Garcia. Was there changes to the agenda? Because I didn't get any of that.
No changes to the agenda.
Can I say something on that part, or did it close out?
Can't hear.
No, you can go ahead and
Hold on, Ro.
share what you want to share.
You can hear?
Yeah.
Can't hear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. I can hear you, but the mayor's having trouble hearing you real quick. Hold on 1 second, okay?
But you guys can hear
But
me.
you guys can hear me.
We could hear you, Ro. It's just Mayor unable to hear you.
All right. You guys want me to wait for him, or you want me to just say
Yeah,
it?
you can hear me.
Hang on tight, hold on.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear.
I can hear Raul fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm the only one to be on speaker anyway.
Just put it on speaker.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have to do
Okay,
it this
we'll
way.
have to do it this way, okay?
Okay. For the agenda changes, can I do that now?
Yeah, go ahead. I
Yeah,
was
go
having
ahead. I
difficulty
was having
hearing you.
difficulty hearing
You
you.
haven't changed it to
You
the
haven't
agenda?
changed it to the agenda?
Yeah, for items 2, 3, and 4. Isn't it? Are we supposed to be continuing those items till later on? Correct?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I believe
that
that
this item is going to be
this item is going to be
continued,
continued,
but because it was
but because it was
posted from last
posted from
meeting,
last meeting,
we still have
we
to
still
have
have to have
a public
a
hearing, but
public hearing, but we're
not
not going
pass
to
anything tonight.
pass anything tonight.
Okay. And that's for 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4, that
2,
is
3, and 4,
correct.
that is correct.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other changes,
Any other
council?
changes, council?
If not,
If not,
will
will
Supervisor
Espinoza on the,
on line by any
on
chance?
line by any chance?
Since
If
if he's not,
if
then
he's
we'll
not,
go
then we'll go
into
into
staff
city
announcements
staff
report.
announcements report.
Acting Chief Sawyer.
Acting Chief Sawyer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Just go ahead.
Just go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, I just wanted to, again, this is Acting Chief Soria at the Police Department, and good evening, council, and everyone on the phone. Real quick, I just wanted to kind of go over a few things, basically what the Police Department's been doing since the last meeting. We continue to instruct our officers the importance of our safety gear and why they should be wearing them, and the times that that we are in any way trying to contact anybody that we feel that might be infected with the virus, but they are all issued equipment. They have it with them. Currently, I have gotten with the city manager, and we're going to make it mandatory that we will be wearing masks when we're out in public. So you will see officers when they're out on the street and they're contacting people, they will be wearing masks at all times. Again, they go out, and when they're talking to individuals, they always hand out material to inform the public the do's and don'ts that they should or shouldn't be doing, and the best practices to fight the COVID-19. We continue to notify the public via Facebook with updates that we get from the county on a daily basis. And I am working with the county health department and the sheriff's department on any complaints that come within the city only regarding anybody that is like open, that's non-essential when it comes to businesses or large gatherings. And thankfully, we've only had 2 issues. I've talked to both businesses, and they complied with no problems, and I've done follow-up, and they have complied with no further issues. Anybody who wants to make a complaint, they can call 209-381-1100 Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 1700. And again, these are complaints regarding non-essential businesses open or large gatherings that they feel they're in violation of the order. Again, I really highly suggest to everyone that to get through this, we have to continue to do what the county orders state. Only go out when it's essential. And that's the way we're going to get through this, by doing everything together. That's really all I have right now, unless anybody has any questions.
Council, any questions?
Council, any questions for Acting Chief Soria?
Mayor Pro Tem, any
Mayor Pro
questions?
Tem, any questions?
No, I think that's a great idea for to wear the mask for the officers. So that's what we started here yesterday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Acting Chief.
Acting Chief.
Public
Thank you.
Works, any reports?
Any reports?
Mayor, may I say something? This is Jackie with Recreation.
Jackie,
Public Works is stepping up right now. I'll give you a call.
I'll give you a chance right
after
Public Works, okay?
Public Works, okay?
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah, he forgot his
Yeah,
phone.
he forgot his
so-
phone, so.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, city manager, members of the public participating on the conference call and watching on YouTube Live. Anthony Chavarria. I'm here this evening to present our Public Works Monthly Report. The first department up is our Streets Department. The department continues to work on Measure V street and sidewalk projects, provide maintenance on city facilities, assist in park maintenance, crack sealing projects, and asphalt repair projects. This picture is of a Maple Court transverse crack repair project. This was a Measure V funded project. You can see that gnarly crack on the left-hand side is pretty deep and wide. When they get that deep and that wide, it doesn't make sense to put any more of the sealant in there. Those are candidates to be cut out. Again, this is a Measure V funded project. Staff did cut out the cracks. compacted the native soil, and the picture on the right is of rolled hot mix. There's another Measure V funded project at First and I Street, a return ramp project. You can see the picture on the left shows a storm drain grate that is sunken. The picture on the right is a non-compliant ADA return ramp. Compliant now. Picture on the left is of the demo work. And on the right is a compliant return ramp. Not pictured is the storm drain grate that was brought up to grade. Next department up is our parks and L&D. Staff continues with the day-to-day maintenance of all parks and L&D chemical application, which is a glyphosate application, just a generic term for Roundup. Tree maintenance, L&D renovation projects, and facility disinfection. And lately, we've been pushing really hard on our facility disinfection. Here's a renovation project at Sundance L&D, trying to spruce up the area. You see, we put some crepe myrtles and new plants and irrigation there. Vintage West L&D renovation, upgraded the irrigation with drip irrigation, planted shrubs. They'll be blooming a pretty red here in the near future. We have our operations department up next. I'll hand this over to Tommy Mejia, our lead in water and wastewater.
Continue with the day-to-day operation of the water and the wastewater plant. Continue with weekly sampling, both sides. Just following what the state tells us to do our requirements. Well site repair and maintenance, inspections daily of, motors, VFDs, flows, anything well sites or, wastewater sites with the lift stations. We have residential meter accuracy checks. And we have new meter installations and retrofit installs. So we're pretty much caught up on that. We have 9th Street and a few other residents around town, but pretty much on the right path to that. And then the state reporting. Here we have a picture of a King Park, the storm lift station. It was a new panel upgrade. And then here we have the inside of the pit with all new hardware, stainless steel rails, backup flow, suppression transducer for level control. And then on the right, you see here we have 2 brand new submersible Homa pumps that are in place. They did all the discharge piping, everything. So now that station pretty much went from a trouble station to brand new. Meter accuracy check. Here's a piece of equipment that we recently purchased. And there's a short video here, I believe, which will show basically if there's any discrepancies with the homeowner's usage, and they want to dispute or verify, we'll go out there with this new piece of equipment, and we can verify that their meter and this meter will equal to 5 gallons. So we'll see the volume that's being pumped and what we'll see it ran through the meter, and verify that the meter is consistent with it.
So today we're going to be performing a
So there's the
water meter
zero.
test. So we have a VeriFlow residential meter tester.
We'll verify,
Meter. It is at
which is right there,
pending number
6.1 is the line reachable to
60.1.
also, and we want to
Here
verify
we have
that
a
5
5-gallon
gallons.
bucket. If you see
That
the
bucket right
5-gallon
there is
bucket, we have
labeled
it
5
leveled
gallons
out,
at
and we
that
have a
line.
little line there where the 5-gallon bucket is. Now we're going to start our meter tester and pour into the bucket here.
So we'll go ahead and open the controller. 5 gallons, verify that.
So we want to start throwing it down when it gets to about
It's almost 5 gallons on
0.9.
that. Verify.
There's our 5-gallon line. As you see, the water's going in. There's 3 gallons here.
So verify every time it's failed meter, that's motor going. It's this meter, which is a part of the replacement. So basically what water comes
Getting closer to 5.
is the same way.
That's 5 gallons, and then we have 5 gallons here. We have it
So
right
there
on
you
the
can see
line.
the
I don't know if you can
5-gallon
see this
mark.
5-gallon line, but we're right at that line. And on this side, we also have another line to verify. And now we check the meter, and at the meter, we're at
And you can see the
65.1,
5 gallons.
exactly
There's
5 gallons.
verify.
This is the way we
So
test
this is a handy way for us to
residential meters to make
verify
sure they're
also,
working properly
show the
here at
homeowner
the city of Livingston. Thank you. Have
that
a nice day.
everything's working.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. Next slide, facility disinfection. The Public Works has implemented a facility disinfection program. All high-touch areas such as playground structures, picnic tables, benches, restrooms are currently being disinfected. Let me say that again, if you didn't hear me. All high-touch areas such as playground structures, picnic tables, restrooms are currently being disinfected. The product we are using is Clorox Total 360, and I have provided a SDS safety data sheet link, just in case our residents want to do a little more research on their own. Public Works will continue the facility disinfection program well after the coronavirus threat has ended. Monica, can you first play, please? There's a picture of staff disinfecting the playground structures. Now, somebody asked, why are we disinfecting the playground structures when we close them? Short answer for that is kids will be kids still. We just put a Trump wall around this equipment and they'll still find a way to get to them. So we want to reduce exposure as much as possible. So Control 360 label does say that the product should be left for 10 minutes wet on the equipment to properly disinfect. Monica, can you press play again, please? Not only is the staff disinfecting the playground structure, but the community still is exercising, walking, jogging in our green spaces, in our walk paths. We do tend to sit down on our benches, picnic tables, and benches rest. So again, in an effort to reduce exposure, we're disinfecting all our park benches, picnic tables.
Hey, Anthony, how often are you disinfecting?
Right now, we are disinfecting weekly all parks. So this video, these 3 videos are just at Memorial Park, but we are disinfecting all the parks within city limits. Press pay again, please, Monica. police department log on a weekly basis. We do have some porta potties that are scattered throughout town as well, located at some of the and we are disinfecting those porta potties as well. That's the end of my presentation.
Anthony, you might want to share as well that we're working real closely with our school district, and they've actually asked for our service as well. If you want to share.
Yes, we are working with our school district. We will be assisting them in disinfecting the middle school, Selma Herndon, Campus Park, in the middle school. We'll be disinfecting their lockers, their restrooms, all their high-touch areas.
And City Hall is also being disinfected. And City Hall is also being disinfected.
Yes, staff has disinfected City Hall as well, the lobby area, and all our high-touch areas within City Hall. Happy to answer any questions that anybody may have.
Council, any questions? No, Anthony, I know it's a lot of work for you guys. And I'm sure the community appreciates it. So I don't know if other communities are doing this, but I know we are. That shows how thankful we are. Anybody else have any questions for Public Works? Thank you. Ms. Jackie?
Good evening, everyone. I just had a quick update, and you may already know this, but all of our programs have been postponed, and our baseball program, which I just about daily get questions about, is we're just postponing it until, we possibly can hold off, because once the kids are through with all of the quarantines, they're going to be wanting to go outside and play ball. So if people ask you guys, we are trying to postpone it as late as we can, and we have all summer to play. So that's where we are.
Thank you. Anything else?
I got a question.
No, I'm looking for folks that can help sew masks. They can reach me on my cell phone. If anyone is interested, we have packets of masks with all the supplies they need. We just need seamstresses. So if anyone in the public is interested in helping out, just give me a call. They can message me on Facebook or even leave a message at the rec line at City Hall, and we'll get them some kits to sew.
Someone had a question for Jackie. Who was that?
Yeah, Mayor Pro Tem.
Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yeah, Jackie, I was approached by a few parents. They said they paid, I believe it was a softball or whatnot, the baseball.
Yes.
Are we doing the refunds or anything like that right now, or what if they want a refund?
We were not planning on giving refunds until about the first part of May, where we have a better idea, because our season wasn't even supposed to start games until the end of April. So we're not too far off schedule. If they're hurting for finances, during this crazy time, they just need to call the office and leave a message, and we'll see how we can help them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Council, any questions for Jackie? Are there any other staff members on the phone?
Good evening, council members and mayor. This is Vanessa Portillo with, I'm joining the conference call. And
Go ahead, please.
Go ahead, please.
oh, thank you. Good evening. I just wanted to share that as of last week, we implemented the automated pay-by-phone system for our residents to be able to pay their utility bills on over the phone, and that has had a very good the public has been quite receptive to it. We've seen from day one, they've been calling and they've been asking how to work the system, and we've seen a lot of good feedback on it. We also uploaded instructions on how to do it on the website, and we're trying to put as much information as we can on our webpage to help our customers to navigate through either working, opening new accounts, closing accounts, and doing most of their items online as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Vanessa, you might want to share the trifold that we're going to be mailing out this week.
Oh, yes. We have put forward a small pamphlet. It's a trifold brochure with just really, like fingertip information on a new resident, or like just residents in general that may have questions on how to pay their bill, and anything in between, from how to open an account, how to pay their bill, how to, when their water is due, their bill payment is due, or any helpful phone numbers and different information for like reaching out to the communications, the schools, the fire department. It's just one piece of paper that it's simple to use. Our residents could, we're hoping that this is going to be available for our residents at City Hall. We are going to have packets with applications and that small trifold that will just give them really simple, at their fingertips, information on how to do transactions with the city.
In addition to that, council,
And we are doing this pamphlet. I'm sorry, we're doing it. I believe Jose is. We sent it out for translation, so it's going to be translated in Punjabi, and also we will have the Spanish pamphlet on it as well.
so a little more information as it relates to that. We're going to send out English trifold to all of our residents, and those who would like a copy in either Punjabi or Spanish, they can actually call City Hall, and we will either email it or print it out for them.
Anything else?
Anything else, Vanessa?
That's it, Council. Thank you.
Council, any questions?
Council, any questions for Finance Director?
Mayor Pro Tem, any
Mayor Pro
questions?
Tem, any questions?
Okay, I guess not.
Okay, I guess not. So,
Any other staff
any
members
other
online?
staff members online?
Yes, Mayor, Randy for planning. If I may, just to let you know that all of the ongoing development projects are still moving forward, even though we're working remotely. We're finalizing several environmental documents and continuing to process the new homes in the Bright Home subdivision and the Manzanita from Legacy Homes subdivisions. So we continue to move projects forward and responding to the needs of public concerning planning matters. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to address them.
Council, any questions?
Council, any questions?
I don't see any.
I don't see any.
Legal?
Legal,
Anything to report?
anything to report?
Mr. Sanchez?
Mr. Sanchez?
Mr. Trevor is on the line.
Mr. Trevor,
Mr. Trevor,
anything to report?
anything to report?
Hi, Mayor and Council. This is Trevor Taniguchi, filling in for Jose Sanchez. No, at this time, we don't have anything to report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other staff
Any
members
other staff
online?
members online?
If not,
Mr.
Ramirez?
Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Council and public. First of all, I just want to say that I'm very, can you guys hear me okay? Okay. First, I want to just say that I'm very proud of all of our departments for all the hard work, cooperation, and just dedication overall. I very much appreciate it. The residents of Livingston should feel very proud because on many fronts. Okay. Because on many fronts, we are leading our county and other cities in the Central Valley. So I just want to thank and highlight that. I just wanted to piggyback a little bit on what Randy's saying. We're being efficient, we're being responsive to our residents. So on the building side, inspections are taking place as needed. We're finding more creative ways to make sure that we can work around the needs of our community. So I thank you all for that. I do have a few items that I do want to report on. One of them is Jilton, who's our solid waste provider. You've seen a huge drop-off of commercial accounts, and so they're having quite a bit of issues just having enough cash flow to keep everything going. So they're asking for a letter that we sign up as a city to support them to be able to get some type of financial assistance and from the state or other means. And so there is a letter, and I suggest that we assist them, because you can imagine if our service provider disappears and we can't have one of the essential services, which is garbage collection, being picked up. So I don't know if you have any questions or comments on that.
Mr. Ramirez, you need to have some sort of opposition from the council to that letter?
Yes, I would like to do that.
And it doesn't have to be agendized. It can just be
just direction. If you just give me direction, then I'll put together a letter, and you can sign it, Mayor, or I can sign it, and we can send it out, because time is of the essence, of course.
Yeah. Council, I
Council, it's just a letter of support, basically. Does anybody have any problem not writing a letter?
No, I think, I don't think there's any issue with that. I don't have any opposition with having a letter of support.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem,
do you have any objections to the letter?
Negative.
Okay,
heard a strong negative there, so. With that, I think you have the, go ahead there.
Well, thank you very much, Council. So I'll move on some other items. One, we've been working really closely with all of our community leaders here in Livingston. I'm going to highlight just a few. One of them is, of course, the school districts, the two school districts, and also our Livingston Community Health. And so everything, of course, related around COVID, but also in addition to that, trying to think ahead and look at other opportunities on how life is going to be, several months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. So one of the things that we came together with the school districts is making sure that all of our youth that are at home that do not have access to broadband technology, that somehow we can find ways to get them access. So we are partnering with the California Emerging Technology Fund. I know that our mayor and some of our council members remember we gave an award to Sunny McPeak, and she's the actual president of the California Emerging Technology Fund. So we reached out to her. She provided some seed money, and so as of right now, we're trying to work with some other local telecommunication companies to figure out a way to provide broadband to not just the city, but the school district, because the school district's boundaries is outside of the city. So we're working really hard on that. In addition to that, I alerted Leslie, because I have received a phone call from some friends of mine in DC about this grant, a telemedicine grant, and it's due in 3 days. But I talked to Leslie, and we're going to put a team together and actually put out a grant, submit a grant, so that again, looking into the future and how the healthcare is going to be different, and so this is an opportunity. So we're going to go after that money, or at least we're going to help LCH go after that money. I also wanted to share that during this, we're trying to continue to educate the public. So we're constantly, because I know that out of sight, out of mind, the fatigue starts to come in. We don't want to let up, so we're always constantly putting in our social media page, sending out notices to the public in different colors. I'm sure you receive different color pamphlets at home. Well, we want to continue to do that because I know that everything that we're doing, I know for sure that we're saving lives. And so the more we do, the better, and hopefully this will get behind us soon. I also wanted to, the last item that I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is, again, thinking ahead and looking at all our different projects. Winton Parkway, as you know, is slated to get under construction in the summer. And so just thinking ahead, saying, well, you know what, if this was to, if what we're going through now, let's say, slows down or disappears, then we start up again with our project. More than likely, it's going to be a double whammy for our businesses out in the Winton Parkway, and I would hate for that to happen. So I've been trying to figure out ways, reaching out to our elected officials to see how we might be able to navigate this and come up with some creative ideas so that we can take advantage of the situation now where we have less traffic and try to figure out doing it in the evenings, or we might have to just postpone it, and it's really up to what the council feels. But I wanted to at least throw that out there now because, again, it is something that we need to think about. And so we need to be creative and come up with some good solutions. So, again, the project is already out to bid, and it's slated to get done in the summer. But given what's going on now, again, I foresee hurting the businesses. So any thoughts that you might have would be welcome.
Okay,
Council, any comments, Mr. Chairman, on the project?
Yes, in general, we've been looking forward to getting this completed for some time now. We'll continue to brainstorm, see, it'll be awesome we could do it, like you said, currently right now, since there's less traffic. I don't know, as soon as we get a bid back, how soon we could get that project started.
Yeah, Trevor, this is a question for you. We're trying to figure out ways. I mean, right now, of course, we're in the bid process. Is Mario on the line? Is Mario Gabay on the line? Our city engineer. So anyways, my thinking is anybody? Did anybody say anything? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Noe.
Yeah, Mario, I believe, is not on the line, but I can try and answer any questions there may be on the project.
Okay, so we know that the project is slated, ready to go, that we're going to be able to get this going. What I'm trying to figure out is a way that we can fast track at least the bidding process, if not the bidding, figure out ways to start the project sooner rather than later to take advantage. So anyways, we're going to have to brainstorm on all this, and we're going to have to figure out, I know there's a lot of different entities that, like DIR, and then whatever the Caltrans requirements are. So I think the next step would be to basically just brainstorm with the different entities to see what kind of roadblocks are there and see what we can do, and go from there.
Sounds good. I'll relay that message to Mario.
Councilwoman Batista, any comment on this item?
I'm in agreement with supporting whatever we need to do in order to move forward with the project. The less impact that we have on that area would be better.
Okay.
Do you have it mute on your phone?
Yes.
Unmute it.
Again, I'm
I'm
supportive
of
of
what
we need to do in
we
order to
need to do in order to move
forward with the
forward
project
with
at
the
Witten
project
Parkway,
at Witten Parkway,
so that it has less
so that it has
impact
less
on
impact on
the community and the high traffic area there. I know it's been a project that has been a real big concern to our residents, and to those that travel throughout that overpass.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Mayor Pro Tem, any thought on this item? Negative.
Thank you.
For me,
This project's
been a long time waiting, and it's congested, and
right now,
even if we do it in June, no,
to me,
if we can do it earlier, I'm all for it. Schools are out, and
I don't think
we should postpone it to the following year or anything. I think we need to do it this year. Ideally,
less impact
the better. Those businesses have suffered enough, I think, with the COVID, not adding insult to injury in a way, but
if there's a way to do
if there's a way to do it earlier, okay. If not, we need to at least stay on the schedule.
You said
anything else, Ruthie?
No.
Council,
any questions of
City Manager?
Mayor Pro Tem, any questions?
No, I don't hear
any.
Okay.
Okay. I'll start out with Councilwoman Batista. Your comments? Councilmember announcements report?
None? Mr.
Aguilar?
Just hoping everybody's staying safe out there. Just remind everybody to follow the stay-home orders. It's for everybody's well-being and the community's well-being. I know there was a communication from the city sent out on social media, making recommendations that go out only when necessary, and especially don't take your kids out to the grocery stores. Keep them home. Send one person at a time to get all the essentials. It's just very important that we follow those recommendations and try to beat this COVID-19 situation. I just want to give a big shout out to all the city departments. You guys have been doing a great job, especially Public Works, our law enforcement, fire department. It's just, you're taking the initiative and going out there and disinfecting the parks, and knowing that, there's some people out there that still use them or, walking those pathways. So it's very impressive what all of you guys have been doing just to continue running the city for our community. Big shout out to City Hall, Jose, all your staff. You guys have been doing great. Very proud of you guys. So keep up the good work. I could tell you that feedback from the community is great. That you guys are keeping the community safe. All the communications coming out of City Hall, and staying in front of this. I really appreciate all the hard work. In regards to anything else, that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Mr. Aguilar.
Thank you, Mr. Aguilar. Mayor Pro Tem,
your announcements and reports.
And I agree with Juan, so I was about to say all that, so we'll cut it short.
You're about to say
okay.
And for me, I think staff has done a great job in getting the information about COVID. And as much as I like staying home, and I know everybody, just remember to everybody, even though you don't want to hang out in a crowd, at least go outside and stretch your legs, get some sun. It is important. And then also don't let your kids control you like they're controlling me, because we used to go together and pick up groceries, and then we said only one person should pick up the groceries. They're making me stay
They're
home.
making me stay home.
So they took
So
all
they took all my fun away, but
it's okay.
But it's okay.
But it goes to
But it goes to show
that
that
the whole family
the whole family should not go shopping together.
Just
Just
send one
send
person
one person or two.
not everybody.
Not everybody. It's important
that we limit our
that we limit our
outside,
exposure outside.
and then
And then old thing we have,
stay home, save
stay
lives,
home, save
So
lives,
we should all do
So we
that.
should all do that.
And if you guys,
Anybody
has
any questions on COVID,
please call
please call City Hall. We'll be more than happy to get you any information
that you
that you need or don't have.
We are here,
We are here,
and
like our
public
public employees, everybody says
they're working for
they're
us,
working for us, so we should stay home.
It's all on our
It's
vehicles.
all on our vehicles.
Police department,
Everybody is
out there to serve
out
you.
there to serve you.
So please
Rest assured
that your vital
that your
services,
vital
City Hall is
services, City
open.
Hall is open.
If you need fire
If you need
department,
fire department, police department, it will be there for you if you need it. Public Works will be there. Parks, as you saw the video, are being cleaned. Everything is good. So we just have to go through this. From what I understand, the peak of the plateau is coming here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's just an estimate, so it doesn't mean that in 3.5 weeks we go out and start partying. No, it just means that's where we hopefully we hit the peak and start slowing down. But please watch TV, listen to our paperwork reports we send out, get our Facebook to City of Livingston or the county website, get the latest information, and please be safe. Take care of everybody and wear a mask whenever possible. Remember, the mask isn't to protect you, it's also to protect others too around you. It's very important. So with that, that's all I have to report. And we'll go on to public hearings. And the item number 1, this was continued from the last meeting. This is a resolution approving the site plan design review 2019-07, Beatriz and Juan Padilla Auto Body Repair Shop and Paint Shop, 1621 Front Street, Livingston, APN 024-151-004. Mr. Ramirez or Mr. Hatch, whoever wants to take it first. Mr. Ramirez, go ahead.
Yes, Mayor and Council, Mr. Hatch will take on this item.
Yeah, I'm prepared, Mayor and council members. If I can get a little bit of help from Monica to put up some slides so that you can see. The project is on Front Street. Address of the vacant lot is 1623 Front Street. It's just west of the corner of Front and 6th Street. And this is part of the area not long ago was subject to the general plan amendment to designate this area from commercial to limited industrial and to change from downtown commercial to light industrial. And this now with that industrial designation, the owner and applicant, Mr. and Mrs. Padilla, are proposing to develop this property as an auto body shop with auto painting booth inside. Such a use would not be allowed in the downtown commercial zone, but it's perfectly appropriate in the light industrial zone. The building, if we can go to the next slide, and there is a little bit of a lag I have found out between live and what I see on the YouTube video, so bear with me here. But the building site, it's located kind of perpendicular to Front Street. There we go, I see it now. And We have a building that's proposed that's 2,210 square feet. It's proposed to be made of metal corrugated style material, 14 feet high, single story. It is the material, the corrugated material in your other examples showing the elevation. Well, before I go to that, I'll use the slide that you have before you. And there are 5 parking spaces that are proposed in the parking lot. 5 are required by the code, and 5 are provided, so they meet that. The entrance is through a two-way entrance off of Front Street with some landscaping on both the left and the right side, and then the building itself is, if we can have the next slide, Monica, is proposed to be used as the interior. I'm guessing that's the one you're looking at. What we have are roll-up doors that would allow a vehicle to come in to the area for painting and other body work on the car or other vehicle. There is an office, bathroom, waiting area, and so forth in the interior. I want to call your attention to the fact that the waiting area, where it's located vis-a-vis where the paint booth will be located and the work area, because that comes back to a proposed condition that the Planning Commission imposed and recommends you impose as well. But I'll come back to that. And finally, if I could get the last slide up, it's just showing the elevation and of the corrugated metal material with the man door and then the roll-up vehicle door. And the colors associated with this are the body of the building is of a dark gray color. It's called muted ebony. And then the roll-up door is along with the man door, the entrance door, is a medium gray color. It's called almost charcoal. The roof is flat, as you can see, and but it is surrounded by a 5-foot wide projection that gives some shade and definition to the building, and it's of a light gray color with the name of City Storm. But this meets our design guideline requirements. The proposal complies with all of the city's standards and requirements. I did send the proposal out for comment, and I did get some suggested recommended conditions of approval from engineering and from fire, and those are included in the conditions of approval that are before you. When the Planning Commission looked at this, I touched on it before, that they were concerned that the customer waiting area might be exposed to fumes or even grinding particles from the body shop. And so they recommended that there be some type of safety barrier between where work is being done on a vehicle and where the customers are waiting. And so there is a proposed condition, number 10, you're attached to the resolution of approval that addresses that and speaks to specifically the developer or operator shall install a safety barrier subject to planning administrative review to separate the customer area from the work area. We don't exactly know what that's going to look like, but I'm committed to be working with the Padillas to come up with a solution. I'm not looking at a buried wall or anything of that nature that would be structural, but rather a barrier just to keep fumes and grinding particles away from the customer area. So I would propose this would not be a very expensive kind of a curtain wall type of a situation. With that as a condition, the Planning Commission recommended to you the approval of this. As previously mentioned, it meets all of our standards, and environmentally, it is a project subject to the California Environmental Quality Act, but it qualifies for an exemption as a small-scale infill development project. And so there's nothing additional that is needed. And so that's the end of my remarks, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
What I'm going to add to what Randy mentioned is that I had an opportunity to speak.
Can't hear you.
I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Bonilla about the condition, and with the modification on the condition, him and his family are okay with that, and so that was good to hear from him.
Okay, thank you. Before I bring it to the council, is Mr. Padilla or anybody but the applicant online? If not, I will, council any discussion at this time? It's a public hearing. I'm going to open up, but any discussion at this time? No? This item is now open to the public. So please, if anybody has any questions or comments, you may speak now, but please give us your name and address for the record. So anybody wish to go forward first? Just one more time, is anybody from the public wish to comment on this item? Okay, seeing no one coming forward, this item is now closed to the public. Ms. Aguilar, any comments? I'm sorry, did somebody say something?
They took it off mute.
Whoever unmuted your phone, we can hear your conversation, so please mute your phone back unless you want to say something. So since nobody came forward, Ms. Aguilar, one more time.
The question I had was answered by the city manager. It was just regarding the conversation we last had with the applicant regarding that barrier.
Councilwoman Batista, any comment? Yeah. Mayor Pro Tem, any comments?
Negative.
Negative, okay. For me, I think this is good. It fills up an area and brings another business and some more jobs. The community, I don't know why we would be opposed to it. The applicant has agreed to all the conditions asked of them, so I don't personally see any reason why we should move this forward. So at this time, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion approving the site plan design review 2019-07 Beatriz and Juan Padilla Auto Body Repair and Body Shop, 1621 Front Street, Livingston, California, APN number 024-151-004.
I have a motion by Councilman Aguilar. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second by Mayor Pro Tem. May I have roll call, please?
Roll call. Councilmember Baptista? Yes. Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Mayor Samra.
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Okay, item number 2 of the public hearing.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. This is a continued ordinance from the last meeting of the City Council, City of Livingston, adopting a new rate schedule for water services, Prop 218 hearing. Mr. Ramirez? Well, I'm sorry, it says in here, Mr. Chaos. So, Rudy, you gonna take it, or?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. So, as it relates to this item, we want to open the public, but basically what we want to convey to the public is that we want to continue this item because of the uncertainty associated with the current situation until August 4th, which is a regularly scheduled council meeting on August 4th. And the same thing goes with the protest vote. So individuals will continue to be able to submit protest votes between now and August 4th. So my recommendation is that we continue this particular item until August 4th.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. This is a public hearing, so I do need to open it up to the public. Does anybody wish to comment at this time? From the public? Hearing no one come forward. As we mentioned, it is going to be sent to back into August, and we will allow protest hearings and ballots until then. So, council, any comments?
Just a quick comment. That I'm in agreement to continue this item, and of course, we just want to make sure that we understand the citizens' concerns, concerning the current COVID-19 situation. So, like we have mentioned, we will continue receiving any protests or anything like that. So, feel free to fill those out, and that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Aguilar. There's only the two any comments. Mayor Pro Tem, any comments at this time?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay, I don't either. I need a motion to continue this item to August 4th. Does anybody wish to make a motion to continue this item to August 4th?
I'll make the motion to continue the ordinance of the City Council of the City of Livingston adopting the new rate schedule of water service proposition 218 hearing to August 4th.
We have a motion by Councilman Aguilar. Do I have a second?
And Mayor, if I may interrupt, this is Trevor Taniguchi.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Can we also make sure the motion also includes keeping the public hearing open for the notice, the hearing as well?
Mr. Aguilar, would you wish to modify your motion?
Yes, to include that the public hearing will remain open until August 4th.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Aguilar as amended. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem, Councilwoman beat you to it, so she'll get the second this time.
That's
so
fine.
I have a motion. I have a motion by Councilmember Aguilar, second by Councilwoman Batista. May I have roll call to continue this item, please?
Roll call, Councilmember Baptista? Yes. Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia?
Yes.
Mayor Samra?
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Okay, item number 3. This is also continuing from our previous meeting. This is a resolution and the ordinance of City of Livingston adopting the new rate schedule for domestic wastewater services, Prop 218 public hearing. Mr. Ramirez?
Mr. Mayor, Council, same thing, except this is for wastewater services. So again, we're proposing to continue this to August 4th, keep the public hearing open, and also continue to accept the protest ballots up until August 4th.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. This is a public hearing. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this item? Seeing nobody coming forward, does anybody wish to have any further discussion, council, or make a motion to continue this item?
I'll make the motion to continue the ordinance of the City Council of the City of Livingston adopting a new rate schedule for domestic water, wastewater service, sewer service, Proposition 218 public hearing, and continue the public hearing to August 4th.
And protest votes.
And protest to August 4th.
I have a motion by Councilmember Aguilar. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
This time, the Mayor Pro Tem beat, so second by Mayor Pro Tem. Can I have roll call, please?
Roll call, Councilmember Baptista. Councilmember Aguilar.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Yes.
Mayor Samra.
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote 4-0.
Item number 4, this is also continued from the previous meeting. It's the resolution and ordinance of City Council of City of Livingston adopting a new rate schedule for solid waste services, garbage services, up to 18 hearing. Mr. Ramirez.
This is the final item. This is the solid waste. We recommend council also to extend this to August 4th, continue the public hearing, and continue to accept votes that happen for August.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramirez. This item is now open to the public. Does anybody from the public wish to comment on this item? Hearing no one coming forward, this item is now closed to the public. Council, any discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion at this time.
I'll make a motion to continue the resolution and ordinance of the City Council of the City of Livingston adopting a new rate schedule for solid waste services, garbage service, Proposition 218 hearing till August 4th, and to continue having the open hearing, the public hearing, and allow for protests until August 4th.
I have a motion by Councilman Miller. Do I have a second? I will second that motion this time. You have roll call, please.
Roll call. Councilmember Baptista. Councilmember Aguilar.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Yes.
Mayor Samra.
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Great, thank you. Moving on to citizens' comment. Members of the public wishing to address the City Council will be given the same amount of time allotment for comments 3 minutes as when we allowed the meeting subject to the provisions of the executive order N 2920. This section of the agenda allows members of the public to address the City Council on items not otherwise on the agenda. Members of the public recognize the mayor should come forward and identify themselves. Council will limit to 3 minutes in accordance with state open meeting laws. No action will be taken by City Council this evening. For items which are on the agenda, students and members of the public will be provided an opportunity to address the City Council as each item is brought up for discussion. Does anybody from the public wish to make citizen comments this time?
Yes, this is Jose Moran. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Mr. Moran. Go ahead, please, and go ahead, please.
Good evening, Council. This is Jose Moran, 945 Parkview Drive, Livingston, California. Good evening, Council, Department Head, City Manager, and Superintendent. First of all, I want to thank...
Mr. Moran, can you speak a little louder? A bit closer to your mouth, please.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is that better?
Much better.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to thank everyone in the city for all their efforts currently being deployed to keep our residents informed and safe at the same time. To thank the council for their continued support. I do have a few items I want to mention to the council and the city manager. One of them is being regarding park lights.
What can the city do to install some lights to illuminate the current seating areas in the parks? This to discourage after-hour activities or people just hanging out when the parks are closed. I know that we have posted signs all over our parks, but those signs get ignored. Also, one thing that would help is PD officers becoming more visible in these areas after the parks are supposed once the parks are supposed to be closed. Am I correct that parks are supposed to be closed once sundown?
That is correct.
Okay, and another item that I want to touch on or mention is regarding the neighborhood watch program. Does the city have a step-by-step recommended program process for interested people in the community to look at or follow? And
yes, we do. Yes, we do, Mr. Moran.
Perfect. I will get in touch again and probably get some of that information to forward to some neighbors that are interested. And then also, I do have a question, and I think this has been brought up before, and there were still some questions. There's a multiple number of cracks on sidewalks on multiple locations all throughout our subdivision at Sound Valley. Is this something that has to be fixed by the builder, or is this something that is going to end up becoming a city responsibility?
Mr. Moran?
Yes.
So a few months or maybe a month back, which I'm not sure about the exact date, city manager and I came to your neighborhood and we talked about it, but I will let Mr. Ramirez give an update on what we talked about. Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Moran, for those comments. So it's twofold. There's some items there that were some improvements that were there before this subdivision actually was taken over by Mr. Starks. So those items are going to be items that we're going to have to address with other city resources. Those public improvements that were done while his project was being completed, after that, as a matter of fact, that project has not been finalized. Once it's finalized, we have 1 year warranty to address those issues. So it's going to be a combination of those two. So thank you for bringing that up.
Mr. Moran, anything further? Mr. Moran? Do you listen? Mr. Moran, I think we lost you.
I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
Did you hear Mr. Ramirez's comment?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Anything further, sir?
Just for future reference, is there something or impossible consideration as part of the police report if we could include any information regarding animal control department? I know that they do a lot of great work in the city, but if there's a way that that some of their work could be included in the police report. Thank you.
We'll talk to Acting Chief Soria and we'll get him to include some statistics in his reports.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moran. Anybody else from the public wish to comment at this time? Hearing no one come forward, the public citizen comment portion is now closed. So we're going to consent agenda. Items on the consent calendar are considered routine and non-controversial. Will be enacted by one vote unless a separate action is requested by the city manager or city council member. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the city council or city manager requests a specific item be removed. Item number 5, this is the approval of the warrant register dated April 2nd, 2020. Item number 6 is the resolution adopting the City of Livingston Master Employee Salary Schedule effective January 1, 2020. And number 7 is all the claims for damages from
Indenia Acuna de Avila. The council, any wish to put any item for discussion? If not, then I'll entertain a motion at this time. Does anybody wish to make a motion? I have a motion by Councilman Batista. Do I have a second? I will second that. May I have a roll call, please?
Roll call, Councilmember Baptista? Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia?
Yes.
Mayor Samra?
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. I go on to discussion and potential action items. This is item number 8. This is a resolution approving the City of Livingston's fiscal year 2021 list of eligible projects for funding from Road Maintenance and Rehab Account, RMRA, created by the Senate Bill SB 1, Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017, authorized city manager to file the California Transportation Commission report, commission to the project list and annual expenditures for the fiscal year 2021 RMRA funding. So, yeah, I was going to call it Mr. Martinez. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and rest of council members and the public listening in. This is Noe Martinez from the Office of the City Engineer, and just to present this item quickly, it is a annual resolution that the city must adopt in order to receive SB 1 RMRA funding for the upcoming fiscal year 2021. And basically the resolution is to identify candidate projects for the funding. And as we see on the staff report, there is the list of projects that the city staff is proposing, including Winton Parkway, Hammett Avenue, Campbell, and Stefani. And these are all street improvement projects, and the estimated allocation for this upcoming fiscal year is currently $279,733, but these are estimates as of January, so we're not sure how the COVID-19 situation is going to affect this amount, but we'll be keeping an eye for any changes and advising city staff accordingly. That's all I had.
Thank you. This item is now open to the public. Does anybody wish to comment? Hearing no one from the public, council, any comments at this time or questions? Mr. Aguilar, you going to say something? Okay, I thought you were. Anyway, this is basically the same item that we had listed before. This is the relisting of it. We've already talked about this, and I don't see anything changing. So, council, any comments? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Does it have to be two separate motions? Item 1 and 2. Staff report. One. Okay. I'll make a motion approving the City of Livingston fiscal year 2021 list of eligible projects for funding from the Road Maintenance and Rehabilitation Account created by Senate Bill SB 1, Road Repair Accountability Act of 2017, and authorizing the city manager to file with the California Transportation Commission the project list and annual expenditure report for the fiscal year 2021 RMRA funding.
I have a motion by Councilmember Aguilar. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Sorry, Mayor Pro Tem, Councilmember Batista beat you again. I think it's here. So I have a motion by Councilmember Aguilar and second by Councilmember Bautista. May I have roll call, please?
Roll call, Councilmember Baptista? Yes. Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia?
Yes.
Mayor Samra?
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. And our item number 9, this was continued from the previous council meeting, is supporting 3 Parks and Recreation Arts Commissioners and Law Attorney Commissioner. Ms. Lenoir?
Yes. This has been a continued item for several meetings, and so I'm really here tonight to find out how you guys would like to handle it, whether we want to go ahead and make appointments. However, our candidates are not here to answer any questions. You do have a copy of their applications. And I think this is probably the second time that they've been included in your packet. So I am here to get direction from you all to see what you would like to do.
This is a quick comment here. So currently, our statute from the law, those individuals.
We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go.
So
I can hear
so
you.
currently, right now, our statutes basically say that if their term has expired, they continue until they actually appoint a new person. So depending on what you want to do moving forward, we can always try to schedule maybe a Zoom meeting where you can interview these individuals, or if you guys want to just go ahead and select some individuals from the applications you have, or you want to just interview them through a conference call. Jackie and I would like some direction.
Thank you. We'll start out with Mr. Hageman, or you want to start on this? Go ahead, Mr. Hageman.
I know. Currently, there hasn't been a recreation commission meeting. Is that correct, Jackie?
That is correct. And actually, it's been posted that we wouldn't be having one unless there was an emergency that came up until this, whatever is going to happen with the virus and when, restrictions can be lifted.
Okay. I know that several of these people are applying, or 3 of them are applying for reappointment. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I suggest that, there's currently no meetings. So, to me, I don't see no urgency to appoint anybody right now because, if there is an emergency meeting, some of these members are already part of that commission. And since there's their term expired, they still continue on in their position. If I don't know if everybody feels comfortable just waiting and until we could, eventually talk to the applicants. What does everybody else have to say?
Thank you. Councilwoman Bautista, any comments?
I'm in agreement with Mr. Aguilar. If there's no urgency to appoint anybody, we still have the current commissioners.
Can't hear you.
I had said that I am in agreement with Mr. Aguilar. If there's no urgency to move forward on any items in regards to the Recreation and Arts Commission, that there are already persons in place and that we can remain that way until everything else settles and we can be more informed on the applicants that would like to be part of the commission.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay. To me, since two of them already said that they want to continue, I'm okay with that as well. I think, as far as I know, the current commissioners have done a great job, but I will leave it up to continue this item at another date, as two members have suggested. But I'm also okay if we wish to reappoint them as well, because I think they've done a good job. I'm okay either way. So if anybody wish to make a motion to continue or to appoint?
I just have one quick question.
Go ahead, please.
When our appointments are made, I know that we made some changes to how they hold their terms. Would it become part of that when they are appointed at that time?
I'm not,
And not the expiration date that we had of.
I'm not sure about that.
So can you
I
repeat your
believe that
question?
the expiration date would remain the same.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Council, any further discussion? If not, this item is now open to the public. Anybody wish to make a comment? If not, item is now closed to the public. I'll bring it back to Mr. Aguilar. I believe you wanted to say something.
No, I just wanted to make sure. So there's three of the full-time positions and one alternate, correct?
Correct.
Anything further, Mr. Aguilar? Since you're the liaison to the recreation, do you wish to, we'll look to you for guidance, sir.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to move it to our next council meeting. So we could have maybe set up something where they could appear by phone, or if we have any of us have any questions, we could talk to them, even by phone, and then go from there. So I'll make a motion to move it to our next council meeting. To give them the opportunity to present, if they want to provide any information, just to let them know that please be present at the next meeting.
Thank you. I have a motion by Councilman Aguilar. Do I have a second? I have a second by Councilwoman Batista. May I have roll call, please?
Roll call. Councilmember Baptista? Yes. Councilmember Aguilar?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia?
Yes.
Mayor Samra?
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. Council, any further business? If not, we are in adjournment. Thank you, everybody.